There's nothing like going on a school trip with your classmates, but for some students, their parents may not have the resources to pay for those experiences. To the rescue comes Daytrippers Children's Charity, a volunteer-driven group that's dedicated to funding experiential learning opportunities for in-need kids across Canada. And here with more is Bryan Grier. Good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
This is such a great initiative and group that is driven by volunteers like yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us about how it all began.
Yeah, absolutely. About 25 years ago, a gentleman by the name of Mike Commissaro, our founder, he had graduated school and some of his friends had graduated from teaching college. And in that first year, the teachers were trying to put together a field trip, and what they found out was there wasn't any budget for that field trip. They were in a low-income area, and so Mike and his friends got together and thought, you know, we'll sponsor this first trip, and from there the charity was born. And 25 years later, we're still sponsoring kids across Canada.
You've been involved for 20 years now.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. So teachers will first plan out their trip. They'll want to make sure it aligns with the educational curriculum. And then they can go online to our website at daytrippers.ca and fill out an application. They'll put in information about the trip, their cause for need, as well as any other details about the trip. And then our team will review that. We'll give them approval or ask for a little bit more information. And then after the trip, they'll submit their receipts and we will reimburse them for that trip.
There's two main groups of children that are benefiting from this, in-need kids and those in remote areas. Talk about those two dynamics.
Absolutely, yeah. We want all kids across Canada to have the same opportunity and same experience, to have that experiential learning outside of the classroom. And so, you know, if you're in a lower income area, that could be tough, right? That $20, $25 for a trip can be a lot of money to some families. As well as across Canada, you know, we're geographically dispersed. You know, we have kids who are 2 or 3 hours away from a major city center, and the cost of busing can be tremendous to get them to a museum or an art gallery or the aquarium. And so those are kind of our two focus areas across Canada.
What kind of impact has this had over two decades plus?
Yeah, absolutely. So over the past 25 years, we've funded 500,000 kids across Canada and deployed over $5 million worth of donor funds to those kids so that those kids could go on trips they otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to take.
That's amazing. What kind of feedback do you get?
Oh, we get great feedback. We get thousands of thank you letters every year. I've got a bunch up in my office at home. Some of my favorites, you know, trips to the aquarium or to the museum, or even just kids from rural areas who got to see an escalator for the first time going downtown. So we always get these really exciting thank you letters.
That's really neat because as kids, I remember, and it was, you know, many, many moons ago, but going on a school trip was like, oh, we don't have to do work. We're going out into the museum or whatever the case was. But there is a very big learning component part of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's not only about going to the location and seeing that painting that we were talking about in class or seeing a fish that we talked about in science class. It's also about the excitement of getting on a bus and going out with your peers, the responsibility of, hey, we're leaving school, right? These all become some core memories for kids and can really lead to great opportunities in the future for them.
How can people access what you guys do? Is there a website that they go to and fill out a form, or how does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. They can head to daytrippers.ca and they can learn more about us there. They can donate online, or if there's teachers who want to apply for a trip, they can hit apply now and fill out the form there.
My guess is many, many people as the years have gone by have access to your services.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, over 500,000 kids have gone on trips and over 45 different destinations. Last year, we sponsored over 60,000 kids across Canada.
Wow, that is tremendous. Good for you guys. Well done.
Excellent.
Coast to coast to coast, of course.
Coast to coast, absolutely.
Bryan, thanks for stopping by, and good luck on the next day tripping planning event.
Excellent. Thank you for having me today.
More Morning Live coming up after the break.